Hello guys, welcome to JazzedTutorials. I'm not even sure what I'm titling this video because I don't know what to call this effect that I'm making. I randomly made this in Photoshop the other day and thought it was really awesome, and I wanted to share with you guys what I made and how I made this so you guys can share the awesomeness with your friends, family, whatever, or on the web somewhere. So yes, let's do this. Alright, so open a photo. I think it works best with a well-contrasted photo of something like this here. If your photo's not well-contrasted enough, you can, of course, go to image adjustments and edit the brightness and contrast and get something similar to what I've shown here. But my photo was already contrasted enough and looked awesome the way it was, so it worked perfectly for this. So what I did after I opened my image is I duplicated that image, and on the duplicated copy layer, I desiccated it. Let me show you what that looked like. So you can see that. So yeah, we have desiccated there. And then after I desiccated the layer, I went ahead and blurred the layer. I did a Gaussian blur setting. So Gaussian blur. And I set the Gaussian blur to well, actually it's 2.0 for another blur setting we'll do later on. But I chose 4.0 pixels for my radius. But you all can pick whatever radius you want to choose. I got no preference there. It's up to you how you want it blurred. And then once you have that setting done, go and grab your mask layer. Add a mask layer, which is this lovely box with a circle in it down below. And then click that. And then you'll grab a soft round eraser brush that's of good size. And all you want to do is erase the main subject in your photo. So my main subject obviously is the lady, so I only want to have the color showing and nothing else. So that right there, we did that as a tutorial right there. There's a video for this, how to get to that point, but I just showed you again. Alright, so I did that, and that's cool and all. And then I added another layer above that, and this is going to be a textured layer. All texture links are below. We're only using one texture in this tutorial. That link is below, like I just said, so download that, you'll need it. And this is a clouds texture. It's pretty sweet. I love it. You're going to set that lovely layer to screen, and then you're going to set that layer's opacity also to 90%, because why the hell not? Oh, and before I forget, nope, never mind. I forgot. Sorry guys, that was a moment there. I thought I added an additional adjustment to the last layer, but I did not. Alright, so moving forward, we're going to now take that layer of just the colored girl layer. Now, how do I only get just the colored girl and not the other background part? What you need to now do to really make it easy for you is go ahead and hide that texture layer just quickly. And then go ahead and grab your lovely quick selection tool. You can maybe use the magic wand tool. Not really sure. I didn't use it. I used the quick selection tool. And just make a selection of just your subject in the photo. And you can do that on the main layer. So do that on your background layer, because if you do it on the actual other layer, it'll just only cut out the portion that you've already cut out. So therefore, you're cutting out nothing. So go ahead and make sure your background layer is selected. Whoops, sorry dude, what the hell. Make sure on your background layer, that's where you're going to cut this. So make a selection on your background layer, like so, blah, blah, blah. Got your selection, sweet Jesus, okay, cool. And then what you'll do is you'll do a Control-C or Command-C. That will then copy the layer, and then you're going to paste that layer above your clouds layer. So you can now make your clouds layer visible again. And on top of this layer, we now have another layer. I have set this layer to normal, but I took the opacity on this layer and set it to 65% because I didn't want to overpower the previous layer. But I want it to be a little bit more bright. You get what I'm saying? No, yes, maybe? I bet you're all confused right now. Are you confused? Are ya? If you are, comment below. I'll help you out. Promise. Okay, moving forward again. We now have to add a gradient map to the previous layer, which is what we just copied and then pasted. So what I've done here is I've chosen a hue. We have multiple hues you can go with. It's up to you what looks good for you. This right here are, these are different options here. These come with Photoshop. I didn't make any of these, guys. I promise you, they're in here. The one I'm using on this is called Cobalt Iron 2. But you guys can pick any of these here that work with you. You can go with a Septa 5. Anything along these 3 rows would work fine. Anything on these 4 here as well. You guys pick what you think would look good and then select it. And then what you'll do is you'll set that layer to screen. But before you do that, make sure you check this little square right here. This adds a clipping mask and only pastes the gradient map to the previous layer and nothing else, and that's what you want. So once you've done that, you should see something pretty nifty like that. Ooh, it's all bright and glowy! Yay! I like it. Alright, then what you're going to do is you're going to then make another copy of that same previous layer, or background layer. Now, you can copy the entire background. You don't have to do the cutout portion unless you want to, but I didn't. Just do a whole Command A, Control A, and then repaste the background. But on the background, you want to resize it. So I did a Control T on that layer. And I just resized it and placed it right in the corner there. And then on my background copy, I set that to screen with an opacity of 60%. I also took the soft round eraser brush and I brushed it so that it kind of blends in more on the top. So it looks pretty nifty. And then I flipped the image because why not, right? When in doubt, go all out. So do that, then you'll get that. And then now, what I'm doing next in these 2 steps is optional, but I just think it adds more to the actual image itself. I mean, this is basically the actual tutorial, but to make your text, if you want to add some text and add some more depth to this tutorial, go the full length. Do the rest of this tutorial. Do it. Yeah. Alright, so we now have to add, I'm going to add a circle. So grab your elliptical ellipse tool. That's right here. And just make a circle of any size you want. Doesn't matter, small, big, whatever. Whatevs. And make it a gray color-ish, gray-blackish color, maybe. And then what I did is I set that opacity down to 40%. And then I had to, of course, rasterize the layer to do the next step. I blurred this layer. And remember how I said before there was a 2.0 blur somewhere in the lines here? That's the 2.0 blur. So go to your blur settings, go to your Gaussian blur, and do a 2.0 blur for this. I think 2.0 for the eclipse circle is good. It looks nice, it looks awesome. So do that, okay? And then on top of the eclipse one, we're going to add a second circle. This circle should be slightly smaller than that circle, and because we're going to give it a nice little cool effect. And this one needs to be a different shade of gray than what you chose before. Like a brighter gray, okay? Just do that. Paste it right in the center. Now we got like an outer glow kind of thing. Now I bet you, when I just said that, you're like, oh, what if I did a whole like drop shadowy type thing, outer glow thingy? Go ahead and try it. I just thought the blur way and this way looked pretty nifty, so I kept it this way. Whatevs, my preference. You have options. And then to really go the extra mile, I went ahead back to my original background layer and I took my elliptical marquee tool and I cut out a small circle on that main layer, pasted it above my lovely circle, made that a smidge smaller than that circle, and then I took that and made that a 30% opacity with an overlay blend mode, and that right there is my circle, and then boom, I add some text and we're good to go. That is the tutorial. It is a very awesome type of graphic edit, whatever you want to call this. Just look at the title. That's what this is. I'm going to think of something before I post this and what to call it, but that's what this is. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe too if you'd like to see more. If you guys got confused at any point in this video, which I'm pretty sure some of you might have, you can comment below with any questions. I'm always here to help. Don't be shy. I know my stuff. Sort of. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching this video if you did, and if you stuck around to the end, you're one cool dude or girl. Thank you guys. Team Awesome is amazing. Hit me up on all social media. Links are below, as well as the download for this lovely cool texture we used. And I will see you guys next week after Halloween. Bye!